So here we are on the Googs Track in Outback, South Australia. The Googs Track, G-O-O-G-S. Why is it called the Googs Track? It's called that after a bloke. And the story of this guy is he was a farmer in the 60s. But where did he get his nickname Googs? That's because when he was a small boy, he dreamt of owning a farm, and so he got himself a job, made himself a job, created a job of going around on his bicycle selling eggs to make money to one day buy a farm. And the hard work as a child paid off, and sure enough he got a farm in the 60s, and this is the area where his farm was. Now this bloke was a family man, and he didn't want to be a 7 days a week farmer. He wanted to spend the weekends with his kids. But how do you do that? So he had a bulldozer on his farm, and he decided that he would create a track every weekend. Him, wife, the kids, they would all pile into trucks, beat up old cars with a bulldozer, and they would just bash a track north through the scrub until they came to the world famous overland railway, that, you know, the straightest stretch of rail track in the world, the train that runs from Sydney all the way to Perth. And that's what he decided to do, and it took years. It took years to create this track. They would go out every weekend. The kids grew up knowing they'd be going out, creating this track, spending the weekends out here, and once the bulldozer went through, the kids would run along behind and they would chuck all the branches, and they would basically clear what the bulldozer had done so that the car could follow with mum in it. And so there you go, Mr. Googs, Farmer Googs. How he got his nickname, by selling eggs as a little boy, he became Googs. When he bought a farm, he wanted the whole family to be involved, and so he took the family out every weekend with a bulldozer, smashing this track. Remember, this is the 60s, couldn't do it today. But anyway, it's become so famous, much like the graffiti from the early sailors in the Northern Territory. That graffiti is now accepted and it's historic because it's hundreds of years old. But nowadays, you can't graffiti. But this track, which now would have you in all manner, have you in all sorts of trouble with the authorities if you tried to smash through the scrub with a bulldozer. But here you go, famous track now where lots of people come and do it. In fact, how famous is the Googs Track? It's that famous that when good old Jim Ratcliffe wanted to bring out a Defender, a Defender lookalike, and he wanted to create the Ineos Grenadier. He brought the prototype Grenadiers here to see how they would cope with the Googs Track, and that's fair income. If you go on the internet and you look up the early work of the Grenadiers, you will see that they come hammering and bashing along the Googs Track, and probably make a damn sight better videos than us. But anyway, there you go, the Googs Track in my Jeep. Thank you very much.